For me, one of the greatest opportunities that we have is in the workplace, because we spend so much time at work trying to make a positive difference. So many of us are trying to find our why. And what I've seen is organizations that focus on neurodiversity, that embrace neurodiversity, that open up the dialogue around neurodiversity, start to see a positive impact and an increase in individuals identifying their why within that organization. So let me just give you an example. A technology firm that starts an employee resource group around neurodiversity that enables individuals to have the conversation in protected environments, to start to challenge certain ideas and concepts and discuss it amongst one another. And before you know it, those conversations, those insights, that information is feeding into the technology that they develop. All of a sudden, one day they're building technology. The next day, those teams, a part of that ERG, are starting to consider neurodiversity within the technology. Now, as part of the technology, there is new elements. There's assistive technology specifically designed with autism in mind or ADHD in mind, for example. Those technologies are now going into the schools of children who may be autistic or ADHD or dyslexic. Those individuals in that tech company went from building technology to including neurodiversity as part of the design of the technology they're building. That is powerful. And that came from communication. It came from opening up the dialogue. It came from facilitating communication within the workplace and allowing individuals to bring that very important part of themselves into the workplace in a safe environment. Now that transforms the direction of the organization. It significantly increases why people show up, why people stay at an organization. Because if they have belief in what they're building and what they're doing, it's transformative. So for me, those conversations need to be supported and facilitated. And when employees see that direct action is coming from those conversations, then they're more inclined to have those conversations with their managers and within the teams. And specifically when they can see that managers are interested by this topic and they're exploring this topic. And rather than asking people, do you have a diagnosis, which can be difficult because they may not, but they may associate with ADHD or dyslexia. They may know they have challenges and strengths, but they don't have the label. As long as you're not going down the label route and you're opening up the broader conversation, you allow them to be a part of that conversation. That then builds trust. That trust can then translate to having more open dialogue around the challenges and strengths that means that you can activate them and you can see the unique abilities of individuals that often get hidden through their challenges. That's how important communication is as part of this. And we talk about 2 or 3 of your employees in technology companies. I've seen it be 4 or 5 or more. That's how significant it is. And when you don't talk about it, you don't know about it. And therefore, if you're not talking about it and you don't know about it, you can't do anything about it. So when people are falling off the edge of the cliff because they've been working too hard, too many hours, they've not been getting the recognition or support, or they've hit barriers and nobody's supporting them at removing them, those people burn out, they leave, or they just stop turning up because they can't. They have no energy left to do it. Now, if we could step in, imagine the power that we could have on supporting that individual. But there needs transparency within the organization to show that you care, that you really consider this important. And some of those individuals, it's not just about themselves. One of my biggest challenges is actually my children and the impact that ensuring I give them the support they need has an impact on me and my ability to show up and when I can show up. So it's not just about supporting individuals at the level of their neurological difference or challenges, but of those they care for and love and support. And that becomes quite deep. If we think about that in terms of our employees, we think about that in terms of our customers, we think of that in a circular cycle of helping people within that workplace community. All the people that we may impact. You may have 100 people in your organization, but you may have 2.5 million customers, users of the technology or system or service that you provide. Wow. So it's not just enabling the people that work for you. Once you enable them, they enable the customers to have better experiences and to be able to access the things that you provide in a much better way. That is a world that surely we all want to live in, and one where we can find genuine connections within the workplace, we can find our why, we can connect better with our people. It doesn't mean that we have to get in line. Actually, we can live in our own swim channel and just connect in the ways that best serve us and the overall team. So when we think about neurodiversity, when we think about the workplace, when we think about connecting with other people, if we consider it in this light, in this way, then we are a step closer to really making the significant changes that we want to. Every human is unique. They have a life experience that is unique. They've been on a journey that is unique. We don't need to know all aspects of that journey. And they may not want to tell us. But we do want to be able to enable their significant strengths by bridging between those challenges that they face into those incredible, unique strengths.